What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa in the building, and today, man, I am bringing y'all the first ever two-way pass first wing coming at y'all on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Now, with this build, I'm telling you, we're gonna be able to get contact dunks, pro dribble moves, and on top of all that, shot creating, sharp shooting, playmaking, and then the lockdown takeover, y'all. So, man, I just want to say thank y'all so much for coming through, but also thank God for giving me the opportunity to be able to bring this to y'all. The first ever two-way pass first wing, and also this is going to be the best possible version that y'all can make. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know right now. This is going to be my main official build when it comes down to 2K22 on Next Gen. So y'all going to know this build as the Rich Sosa build. So, man, before we get into the making, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new to the RGF family, and anybody looking to join, let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this video. But also do not forget to turn on post notifications and go ahead and share this video with your family and friends. I'm telling you, this is a banger in store. So let's go ahead and get into the making of it. The first thing that we have to go ahead and do is put it under the small forward position. Now, I know small forwards this year are getting a huge buff, but the way that this two-way pass first wing is going to come out to, definitely going to be the best build in all of 2K when it comes down to running the one. And I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, the defense is going to be better than any guard that you have seen. So we're going to go ahead and put this build at 6'7", 180, and then the wingspan, you can go ahead and max it out, but I'm going to go with 7'3" in order to maintain at least the 83-pointer, y'all. That's going to be perfect. Body shape going to be all based on your personal preference, but I would go with defined or build. Both of these are going to be really good. Anything other than that, it's based off of your preference. But let's go ahead and get into these stats now, y'all. So be sure that y'all are following along exactly with what I show y'all. First, we're going to go ahead and get into the physicals. So go ahead and max out that speed, acceleration, skip over the strength for now, but right here on the vertical, we're going to go ahead and put this to an 80. Then the stamina is going to be up in the 90s, y'all. Going to be a very nice build when it comes down to the physical side of it, but let's go ahead and get a little bit more in depth with this build. Defensive rebound, going to be a 79, y'all. Offensive, 49. The block, of course, y'all know we're going to go ahead and max this out. Steal, go ahead and do the same exact thing. And then when it comes down to the perimeter as well as the interior defense, max both of these out, y'all. 26 defensive badges. And we have a very high perimeter as well as the interior for this kind of build at 6'7". Now, when it comes down to the speed with ball, 78, 82 ball handle, and then the pass accuracy is going to be an 85 for 25 badges, y'all. Now we're still going to be able to touch the shooting as well as the finishing, but between the playmaking and defense, 51 badges, y'all. Now when it comes down to that free throw, I decided to go with the 78, but you really do not have to put anything into this. 3-point shot's going to be an 80, and the mid-range shot is going to be a 78, y'all. Now when it comes down to that driving dunk, put it to an 87. Driving layup's going to be a 71, and the close shot is going to be brought up to a 49 because of that mid-range. So the way that you know you made this build perfect is if you ended up with a badge count of 14, 22, 25, and 26. And keep in mind, we're going to go ahead and pick the college, which is going to be Texas Tech, which gives us an extra 4 defensive badges. So technically, we have 30 badges on the defensive side when it comes down to this build. Let's go ahead and check out the takeovers just to let y'all know that I got y'all right when it comes to this. We got the shot creating, sharp shooting, playmaking like I told y'all, and last but definitely not least, y'all already know that I have to hit y'all and make a great build that's going to have this the lockdown takeover. So whichever ones y'all decide to pick, really going to be based off of your own play style. Once you go ahead and max this build out at 99, that is definitely going to help you out a lot. So with my preference, I'm going to go ahead and just say the first one, you can really double it up when it comes down to that lockdown takeover if you want to just go ahead and be super cheesy and take this build to the 1v1 court. However, if you want to go ahead and be a little bit more balanced, I would go ahead and pick the very first takeover for limitless range, second one enhanced jump shot contest or extreme clamps. going to be based off of your own preference. For mine, I feel like extreme clamps is going to make a huge difference when it comes down to it. Let's go ahead and check out the build name. And as y'all can see, we have made the first ever two-way pass first swing. And honestly, this is going to be the best version. I went back and forth trying to manipulate the stats, and this is what I came out with. Getting those pro dribble moves and the contact dunks. Plus, y'all already seen the defense and the shooting. Definitely going to be a huge threat when it comes down to it. So really quick, I just want to go ahead and take a quick look at some of these stats. Once we go ahead and max this build out, get that gym rat badge. So first, speaking of gym rat, that's going to give us a +4 to our physicals. So pretty much 86 speed, 84 acceleration, vertical is going to be an 84, and a 94 stamina. But when we play with a teammate that's going to run with defensive leader on this build, you're going to have a 99 perimeter defense. You can go ahead and buy boost. Still going to be the same exact thing at 99. Block going to be in the 90s, and then our defensive rebound is definitely going to be able to hit the 80s. Interior going to be in the 70s. So honestly, this build so far on the defensive side is looking very nice. And then when it comes down to that speed with ball, going to be an 84. Ball handle going to be an 86, and the pass accuracy 89. Now, when it comes down to the shooting, especially with boost, that free throw is definitely going to be in the 80s. Three-point shot has the potential to hit the high 80s, and then that mid-range shot is definitely going to be in the mid 80s. Now, driving dunk, definitely going to be able to hit the 90s with boost. Driving layup, definitely going to be in the mid 80s, and then the rest, we're not going to worry too much about it. Let's go ahead and get into the badge count. So as you can see, we have 14 badges when it comes down to the finishing. So the first one that y'all want to go ahead and do, slithery finisher on gold, silver posterizer, gold limitless takeoff, and then you could go with fearless finisher as well as lob city finisher. But if you want to change it up to get extra animations, go ahead and take off fearless. Then from there, go ahead and put on bronze, put back boss. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. 22 badges to work with. I'm going to hit y'all first with hot zone hunter on silver. From there, I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with silver corner specialist as well as limitless spot up. Now, lucky number 7 is really going to be based all on your own preference if you feel like you're this type of player to go ahead and use this badge. However, for me, I'm going to go with silver deadeye as well as green machine. We still have a good amount of badges that we're going to be able to use. So man, be sure that you are picking the correct ones. You can definitely change up any of the setup that I'm showing y'all. To be a little bit more balanced with this build, I would go with catch and shoot on bronze. Then from there, lucky number 7 on gold. And then you can even go ahead and add silver volume shooter, y'all. All of these are going to be some really good setups. Let's just go ahead and say you take off lucky number 7. You can definitely spread the wealth. In my personal opinion, I'm just going to go ahead and say feel free to go ahead and put on badges that you feel comfortable with running. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, we're getting more badges as we progress. 25 right here. The first two were 22 and 14. So I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with silver hyperdrive, silver quick first step, bronze stop and go as well as unpluckable. Then from here, space creator is really optional for now. I'm going to leave it off, but I'm also going to go ahead and add gold tight handles. Now, when it comes down to these last couple of badges, you definitely want to go ahead and put on silver handles for days. Another one that I really like is honestly going to be triple threat juke, y'all. This is definitely going to be a very nice badge to put on. I have seen some nice bigs go ahead and use this badge and put it to work. Now, we got 6 remaining badges, so it's all going to be based off of how comfortable you are going when it comes down to this setup. So for me, I would go ahead and consider bronze, bailout, and then from there you could also consider bullet passer. If not, I would highly recommend space creator on gold. That's definitely going to put this build well together. Or you could even go ahead and put on special delivery. And the last one, it's really based off of your own preference. I really don't believe that there's going to be a wrong way to go about it, but now let's go ahead and get into the defensive side of things. So to end it off, 26 badges, that's definitely going to help us. I'm going to go ahead and first show y'all how I would make this badge setup if I were to take this build to the 1v1 court, which I definitely will. So the key badges that I would say are going to be ankle braces on Hall of Fame, gold intimidator, bronze rebound chaser, silver worm, and then from there, go ahead and put on menace on Hall of Fame as well as silver rim protector. Then you can also go ahead and add Hall of Fame clamps, y'all. For the very last badge, it's really based off of your own preference where you want to put it. I would consider putting it on box, or you can go ahead and even put it on pickpocket. Especially with the stats that we have, I would definitely change something about this setup if I were to go ahead and run this for the 3v3 build or anything higher when it comes to that game mode. So for me, I would have to say we all have to very much consider defensive leader on Hall of Fame, especially if you're going to be running with some teammates. I feel like the rest of the badge setup is pretty solid, and in my preference, I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. If you're going to go ahead and run a certain game mode, just be sure of the badge count that you are running when it comes to the defensive side of things, because you can really change up the badge count and make this build play completely different when it comes down to the defensive side of things. But that's the final setup we're going to be going with: 14, 22, 25, and 26. Thank y'all so much, but also thank God for just giving me another day and an opportunity to be able to bring this to y'all. I got another video dropping later today, man, so y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the RGF family, man, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger. Go ahead and share it with your family and friends. And last but definitely not least, y'all, I just want you to know that I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.